Good morning. It's a little bit earlier. Not by much, really. Maybe an hour. But I have block printing to do. So I'm going to take hand-carved blocks and some machine-carved blocks that I borrowed, and I'm going to stamp fabric. Yay. I'm going to do a video on it for my other YouTube channel. Oh my goodness, but am I having a hard time. I did a lot yesterday. You know, you don't know how much you did sometimes until you do too much. And I have a horrible time gauging what's too much. I think I said that yesterday. Well, it's true. So we're on to a new card today. This one's going to take us a couple days to get through because it's a lot. So it's card 16, Lolo, Stand in the Light, and it's got a beautiful moth over mountains, and you can see the moon and the sun, phases of the moon and the sun. I think it's just beautiful. I've noticed in the last couple years that moths and butterflies seem to be very important in my life, both for symbolism and for they keep showing up. And this is what it says, and I think we all need to hear it. You are unique. You are divine and a beautiful being. You stand apart from the crowd. Sometimes this evokes jealousy or desire in others who want to possess your light and beauty as their own. You need never fear another or believe that they can harm you. Allow yourself to be true to who you are. Do not try and hide your inner light and beauty. You are meant to be seen. Your soul is nurtured and protected in your great love of spirit. Don't avoid the spotlight or try to hide yourself, nor dull your light to appease others or your own fears. Your true inner divine light and beauty is meant to help others. The only way to do that, and the only way that can occur, is if you allow yourself to fully be and express it. Do not shrink away from your magnificence when you feel challenged. Instead, step up and be bold. So, yesterday, I get done with the other card, right? And I'm sitting here shuffling the cards, and my mind wanders to 47 Days to Great Western War. Yep, that's where my brain went to. And specifically, my brain went to the conundrum of, I like to volunteer to teach. New events, I don't, because I want to experience the event, but I've been to this event, and so I know that I can teach. I just don't know what to teach. And I have this really horrible imposter syndrome with teaching SCA material because I am not a historical expert on anything. I am an artist and I make stuff. I figure out how to make stuff. Very few classes have ever been taught in something when I've been to an event that I actually learned something new, because I research and I study. When I want to make something, I go to the bottom of the well. Now, that could be my autism, genuinely. I don't always turn around and teach it very well, everything that I learn, and I know that. But there are some topics that I feel like I'm fairly confident in teaching because I've done research about those items, because when I went to ask questions or when I asked my community, hey, do you know anything about them, I got crickets in the grass as a response. Like, nobody had an answer. So I learned how to do them on my own. Now, whether I do them correctly or not, whether I'm correct or not, that's a totally different thing. Anyway, so I was contemplating teaching a class because I do have this imposter syndrome about the whole subject. I really am in this place of, do I even know enough to go to a totally different kingdom and teach a class on something? Like, isn't that presumptuous of me? Like, I'm sure they have experts, and I'm going to Southern California where there's a lot of academics and there's a lot of people who know lots of things. And I pull this card. Allow yourself to be true to who you are. Do not try to hide your inner light. You are meant to be seen. Do you see? The card I needed to help me work on not figuring out what I'm going to teach, right? But work on that inner dialogue of being seen. It's okay to not know everything. It's okay not to be an expert. But I do need to teach a class. Doesn't matter what class, but I need to figure it out today or tomorrow so I can submit the paperwork. But yeah, it's ironic and also poignantly true that we all have something that we have a little bit less confidence about, right? Some of us are just a bundle of this whole flesh sack thing sucks and we don't know what the hell we're doing. That's true too. Some of us have that going on too. Others of us struggle with different things in different ways, and there's nothing wrong with what you struggle with because that's your journey. It's yours and it's unique to who you are, and your light is just as bright as the person standing next to you. Your journey is unique, separate, different, and wholly special to them. And you have your light and your journey and your path and your blueprint, and it is wholly unique to you in this place and time. We are meant to shine, and we are meant to shine uniquely and separately so that we can bridge that gap with each other and help each other in those places that we struggle. That is what we're supposed to do as a community of people, of spiritual beings stuck in this flesh sack, in this place on Earth, in this planet, in this galaxy, universe, galaxy, circling the star, right? This is our common ground. We are all here together. It doesn't matter if you're male, female, trans. It doesn't matter if you're white, black, polka dotted, yellow, face paint, no paint, long hair, short hair, freckles, no freckles, allergic to everything under sight, not allergic to anything. It doesn't matter, because we are all here fundamentally to do and be a part of something. Doesn't matter how alone you think you are part of a community, period. And when people are separated from that community or feel like they don't have that community, it's very hard for them to see and shine. And you know what? A lot of times we can't see our own light. I can't see my own light. I am struggle bus central sometimes. I can't see why anything that I do could inspire anyone. I feel like I fail constantly. But that transparency can help someone. There's a book that was written by a woman many years ago that my grandmother gave me. I wish I had that copy. I think I lent it to somebody when I lived in Dillon because it's gone. And it's been gone for years. I had to get another a later printing of the book. But my grandma gave it to me when I was in 5th grade. She comes up to me and she says, "I found the book for you. Here you go. This woman could be you." I remember thinking, a grown woman could be me? I'm in 5th grade and I am lost. Also, internal dialogue. Ooh, really? Somebody who I could be, or she could be me? How is that possible? I mean, I'm in elementary school, I'm a kid. And I read the book. I gobbled that book up in like 2 evenings after school. Gobbled it up. And I will forever remember reading that book and thinking, how is this woman in my head? How is this woman in my head? How does she know what that feels like? How does she know what I'm struggling with? And it was a story of her life and how she came to be who she was as a grown person. And it was one of the first moments in my life where I realized that many of our journeys are similar to get where we're going. And we all need that touchstone. We all need that moment where we realize that somebody else has been through things similar, if not exactly the same, but similar. And other people are struggling too. And we all have a light. We all have this beautiful light within us that we need to shine. You are a divine being. You are unique. You stand apart in a crowd. We all stand inside our flesh sacks, separate from one another. But underneath all that, we are spiritual beings who are connected at a subatomic, sublight, higher frequency level, depending on your phrasing. And sometimes your light, when you're walking your path and you're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing, it triggers jealousy and fear in someone else. There's only 2 emotions in the universe. There's love and fear. Fear and jealousy are sisters. They're in the same area. But you can transform those fears and jealousy into compassion and love and acceptance. And that's a journey for each person to get on their own. They can't get there unless they've gotten there. And it's a journey that only they can go through. Anyway, it's kind of a rambly, but stand in the light. It's really early. I pulled that card yesterday afternoon and I went, wow, that's the card I needed. That is the card I needed. So I have to teach a class for Great Western. I don't know what class, but I'm going to teach it. And today is block printing. Yay! It's nice and cool this morning. I don't know what the temp is supposed to be today, but I need to get moving so that I can get a chunk of fabric stamped. I still have to decide on the color for a green linen. I have a sample started, but it was so hot the other day I didn't get the sample. I didn't get the second color, so I have to do that today. I have to go to the storage unit. I have to decide what class I'm going to teach. I also have to, and Astra keeps standing on something, that's why it wiggles. And I also have to figure out, I have this piece of fabric which may or may not be an Antari, and I'm kind of obsessing on whether or not I should make it into an Antari. Sorry, a caftan. Oh my God. The research has gotten so deep on the Arabic language and the Ottoman SCA community that all the words have changed, and I'm having trouble catching up. Maybe I'll teach that class because maybe I need that to get in my head. That might be a thing. Anyway, have a beautiful day, my lovelies. It is Tuesday. It's a bright and sunny day, and I will see you tomorrow in prayer. Blessed be.